Hello? Oh, wait, why is it so loud? Hi guys! Oh my god, it's still loud. Why is it backwards? What's backwards? What? Hello? Why is that so loud? Okay, I'll talk at this level then. Chat? Oh. Wait, what do you mean? Is it not always like that? Well, it's a different chat because I'm not at my setup. There we go. As at the front. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, there we go. I have my thoughts together. Hey! It's still loud. Why do you not have a limiter? Traditionally, we leave... Oh, that's true. Okay, wait. I'm gonna move... Ah. Okay. There we go. Oh! Sorry. I'm watching it go into the red. I'm just gonna not get too loud. Hey, guys. Where's Magical Setup? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'm at Iris's this week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams are gonna be here. But I'm still streaming. And also, we're going to stream together tomorrow. So, hashtag follow Iris. Okay. Today, this needs to be paused. Today, we are going through my album, the long-awaited album breakdown stream. It's not to be confused with the beat breakdown stream. It's so weird streaming without hearing my own voice. Anyway, today we're having a breakdown. Yeah. No, Wednesday, or is it Friday? Whatever the day. Oh, it's right here, actually. Shut up. Friday, when we do the beat breakdowns, I'm gonna physically go through the songs I made on my laptop and, like, literally show you how I made them. So, like, break down the beats. You're in luck, because one of the songs I made on my laptop is Hands. So we're going to be breaking down Hands on Friday. Everyone's very excited about that, I can just tell. But today we're just going to be going through the songs, and basically this is an excuse for me to just gush about my favourite parts that you might not have noticed, because only I know that they're there. Watch streak. But also, obviously with each album there's kind of like a story or like a point or something, so there's that. And there's also lore relevance, so feel free to ask any and all questions and theories or whatever the song that we're listening to makes you feel, or whatever. That's exactly what this stream is for. And this is the first year that you guys have actually asked for it, so this is awesome. Okay, let's just kick it off, or else we're gonna be here forever. Oh, also, I can only stream for an hour. So, the album is 39 minutes and 42 seconds. We gotta... Yeah. There are some songs that I will just, like, skip through because there's not as much. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, here we go. We're starting off with a banger. Ripping my shirt to reveal another shirt underneath that says I love lore. Yeah! Okay. Something I will say is that this stream might be... This is not the album release day stream where we're just gonna sit and listen. I am gonna be pausing a lot. So just get used to that, okay? Set your expectations. Because I'm gonna be pausing a lot. You're not gonna get to the chorus. We're 19 seconds in and I already have something to say. Okay? Okay. Where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight? Onwards and upwards. Okay, so when I was, and you'll see this on the video diary, but when I was making this song, I was like, where am I going with this? Where am I going with this song? So I just typed in, where am I going? And this was like the first or second one that came up. And I was in the mood of making like a house track. I already knew that I wanted to do kind of like housey stuff. So I was like, okay, wait, that's kind of fun. Let's just do like house, club, bar, club, another club. But then there was something so hopecore about the chords that I picked that I was like, let's take the where are we going tonight and say, guys, where are we going? We're going up. We're going up, Sarah. Yeah, yeah. Something about the way that that bass comes in. An age-old smidge trick. Okay, list of smidge tricks that I do all the time. 1, using this sound. Right? 2, the reverse thing. 3, the Pharrell Williams of it all. Bow, 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 da, da. Right? Much like Misty. Are you following? And also this thing that I always do, which is I have a bass, I have it come in, and it like sets the tone, and then to build up to the chorus or pre-chorus, I turn up the distortion. I wasn't kidding when I said that I'm canonizing that the triangle sound is smidge like winking or like smirking and it's like a cartoon star appears. Yes. By the way, that says a living active entropy. I didn't realize that was in the song until the last master 2 days before it came out. That's not on the CD. It was so buried in the mix, I didn't even realize it was still there, and I was like, oh my god, I'm including that. Okay, before I say this next bit, this song, entropy BPM to now, up, hands. There's a handful, no pun intended, of songs that have this much to say about it, but the majority of them aren't like this. It's just that this one, I mean, you can hear how much there is already, so it makes sense that there's like each section there is something new to say. Okay, but this part, so this first chorus, it's still a good chorus, but I do the pop/house thing of each chorus is different. Not only that, actually each section is different, but I'm gonna circle back to that after. So this part, it's all syncopated. It's got a classic house. So kick 1, 2, 3, 4. The snares on the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine like beatboxing. That's the house pattern, and then the hi-hat is on the off. 1 and 2 and 3, right? And now you can. It's bouncy. That's what gives it that dance feel. Okay, I now have to talk about the melody there because it's really good, okay? So this part, this first chorus, the main synth is right? Okay. So that was originally just a melody, but I put it, what I've said this a few times, those of you that have watched me make music before, ever since I watched how they made like a G6, and the producer said, I can't remember who it was, sorry, he accidentally put the melody on the bass line, and then that's how you got the like a G6 like classic lead. Every single time I make a song, ever since I watched that video, I put the lead melody on the bass line, and I did it here, and that's how we got that. And Anne will know, the second I made that, I put that on the highest tier on the membership thing, because I was like, you guys have to hear this melody I just made. It sounds so cool. These streams just make me look like the syncopated GIF TikTok girl. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So this next part, it kind of gives that breakdown, because we've gone... Like, it feels like it's slower because the beat is not syncopated. It's just like boom, cha, boom, cha, right? And the reverse cymbal into the snare. Thank you, yesterday, for the follow. The reverse snare into the snare. Or is it a hi-hat? I think it's actually a paper sound, but anyway, it kind of gives it that, it adds to that slow, it's like someone's chucking, right? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and it slows it right down, and it gives it contrast, so it works as a perfect second verse. But all that being said, it's the same 4 piano chords played throughout the entire song. Do not let anyone tell you that that is boring, because there's an infinite number of ways to still make it, you know. But I think because it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's ba 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 ba. Like it's actually, I think, on the and or the second beat. I'm not sure. But it's slightly moved over, so it again makes it feel a little bit like bah. It's like you know that music video? Rearranging for virtual insanity, yeah? And he's like this. This part of the song is like this. Yeah? You following? But then the Vox Best of 2025 reference, true. The vocals in the background are what help drive it up. And okay, then the bass comes in, and it's doing the bass line. This is another classic Smidge thing. And then to build up, the last part of the bar then just goes up the octave. So we've got the Vox. And then the bass. First ever pre-chorus. Okay, so we've had intro, chorus. No, yeah, intro, chorus, or I guess you want to count it as a first verse. Intro, chorus, verse, all 3 different sections. And then we've had verse 2, which is different and introduces a different beat. And now we've got, for the first time ever, a pre-chorus that never shows up again. And now a chorus, and I introduce a different melody, and I think an extra drum to make it feel like more powerful than the first chorus. Oh, and of course the I can, I do, I will, I must. That's something that I used to say to myself before sleep as like hashtag manifestation or something. I don't know. Just be your own cheerleader. Why not? Oh wait, that sound effect is also really funny. Can you hear the ping pong in the background? I'm lost. Yeah? I'm lost. Okay, so this is the first chorus. Second chorus. I'm lost. In the very back, you still have the on piano in the back, and then you have this new melody. I took inspiration from Clarity for that. Why are you my bum bum if I yeah. The melody also goes really well with the hi-hat. Cha, 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 cha. And the melody is ba 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 na 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 ba ba na na ba na ba ba na na na. Like it waits on the ba na na ba ba na 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 ba ba na 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 space da na na na. Right? Following? Hi Ozzy! This is one of the only times the chorus actually loops. Oh, can you hear it? In the background, a second bass has entered the chat, and the bass line is playing the original chorus melody. Can you hear that? Remember, it's think of that in your head. You can hear it in the back. Can you hear it now? So now we've got the original piano, the original melody, the second melody, and the first chorus bass in the back. And they all work so well together that I don't think it sounds messy. Or if it does sound kind of a lot, it's not in a bad way. We have to talk about this bridge. Okay, so this bridge was actually yay! This bridge was actually an accident because I dragged in a different melody onto, like, not one that I had made, like, it was from a different chord pack or something, a different melody on here, and it was in the wrong key. It didn't match, and so it sounded wrong. And then I was like, wait, what if I just changed the two, like, sharps, the two notes that were wrong in this key, what if I just bring them down? And it kind of, that's what then gave it this, like, moody, random switch up. You said, Dan, I loved it, awesome, and I'm glad you're my friend. How are you? I can't really say, but wow, thank you for having me. Okay, bye. Love you, Shan! The vocals come in the back. So that, it used to be my favourite part, but the favourite part's coming up. That is, again, new and doesn't come back ever. I think this was the song where I was like, a lot of my songs are sounding the same, I'm sick of it. Like, I watched a bunch of video essays and, like, music theory stuff, and, like, why some songs that sound so good, like, why are they that good? I was like, I need to get to the bottom of it. And this, I'm at Iris's house. This song, when I'm doing a song study, like, I just write about a song, and it helps me with inspiration, and, like, oh, I really like this song, well, okay, well, I can figure out why. what I like to do is I write letters for each section. So most songs are like, so the intro, okay, that's section A, verse 1, B, chorus, C. Do you see what I'm saying? And then if a section comes back, I would write B again, similar to how you would write rhyming couplets. Are you following? I did that for this song. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It's every single part is different. If there is a part that repeats, like a chorus, there is a new melody. Like every single part is, and I mean, you guys know this because I've spoken about this song at length already, but this is a song that happened by accident. Had music block for months and months. I just randomly decided to sit down and do this. I documented the process in my notebook. I genuinely made this in about 6 hours, and I don't. It's just I was locked in that day, and each section is different, and I think that's why I like it so much. And like it keeps going somewhere, and then when it's finally somewhere you like, it's over. So you have to play it again, you know. Anyway, so that bridge is different, and how it builds. The bass again, the vocals, the drums. Another Smidge classic is it's not, okay, I keep saying that. Everyone on planet Earth also does this, but it's the filter thing, you know, the drums go from la 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 la, you know? Okay, let's wake up this chorus. Okay, so you've probably already picked up on this, but this final third chorus has the melody from the first one and the second one and a new one playing all at once. The first one is, and also a lot of the melodies are an octave higher. That's why it sounds so joyful. It sounds like you've gone from la 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 to la 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 la, right? Okay, all of the melodies, ready? And then also the other bass. So there's 3. And then we have this kick thing, okay? Follow me. Okay, walk with me here. Full credit and inspiration goes to Attention by Kesha. And I did already go through with this with you on the listening party. But, then I figured out that a bunch of other people have already done it. Like, it's like a common house thing. And so I was like, awesome, I'm gonna do it too. But for the whole song, all of the chorus goes, so it's the kick pattern is called a 4 on the floor because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And throughout the whole song, the emphasis is on the 4th, not the 1st, because it carries. So that's what pushes that's why the song kind of drives you forward, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like always going to the end of the bar, right? Thank you for the follow. And so if throughout the whole song the emphasis is on the 4th and the 1st, like to carrying it forward, to then remove the first kick, like obviously creating space in a song is an age-old trick. Everyone does it. The song goes away and comes back. It's like, way! Like negative space in music is always going to do that for people. But thank you. Hello. I'm talking about my album for context. So by taking that first bit out, especially at that part 2, because we've already had that established emphasis, that's what makes it, like, I'm one of those people, and so many of you are too, you'll listen to a song and you're like, this song is like crack. I love it. This is so good. I don't know what it is. And to accidentally do that for yourself is like, went to HMV today, why weren't you in there? Imagine if that could happen one day. That would be really cool. One day it will happen. Um, but yeah, I accidentally made one of those songs that like I feel that way, and it's so cool. So other than that, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's why. But also, two, shut up. It only happens on the fourth bar of the, or during the third bar of the chorus. This part would usually happen at like at the beginning or right at the end. For it to randomly happen not even 8 bars in, like the fact that it happens during the first section, you're not expecting it. Like you might have expected that during the splitting of the two. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like everything I said before about the removing the first thing, but also that it's like you've literally just been introduced to this pattern and then it's being changed. Um, and then of course, not only does it take away the first kick, but it just pushes it over to the and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? And so the kick is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. What? What? And then because we've done that and we've kind of like shifted time and space, I then add the hi-hat. The hi-hat then comes in. And so the hi-hat is going tick 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 tick. It then I've literally pushed you off a cliff with the sneak attack. Yes, musical surprise attack. And so then it pushes you forward, but then that feels like it's then speeds up. And everything's already, all of the melodies already happening at once as well, and it's higher, so everything's so much more joyful. Now this is just kind of like, it's just like Euphoria, the chorus. Hi-hats. And no, I'm not gonna give you a double chorus finale. You just have to replay the song. It was so hard to not do that because the second chorus does it twice. Um, but I think it's so much better this way because if this happened again, it would then be boring. I think this is the perfect song is the song that leaves you wanting more, not thinking you got enough. And like I kind of hate it that it's true because like all of my other songs, like the last album, I feel like I went, I'm gonna repeat it because I want to. Do you know what I mean? Um, but wait, bars, yeah. Um, but this is the album where I was like, wait, actually, no, they're low-key right. Let's kind of torture you guys by giving you something you really like. But yeah. Yeah, basically, that's exactly what I'm doing. Do you think because you don't really have vocals, you have to work harder than other musicians to keep your music interesting? Or do you think more traditional musicians need to do this much attention for variation? I'm curious. This is interesting. I mean, I don't think anyone should have to do anything, but if you mean in the sense of like everyone has a goal of making a good song, do you think that they have to do more to make a good song? Um, I think that not necessarily me, but let's say the me in question is just anyone that makes instrumental music, because there's tons of people that make like EDM and stuff and they don't have vocals. Um, but I not necessarily that they need to, but in the sense that people who have vocals don't need to make it more complicated because it's all about okay, the way that I how do I explain this? Visualize, but I don't. It's audible, not visual, but I think of it in the same way as like a canvas, but like an audio canvas. And each frequency takes up a certain amount of space on a canvas and does a certain job, just like different textures and paintbrushes and paint and stuff. Um, and certain vocals, that's why some vocalists not necessarily are better because they sing better, because their tone is better. Like some rappers, yeah, you can rap, but their rap tone is more pleasing. I think that because vocalists, because they sing, they have a certain color or thing of the canvas filled. But because I don't have vocals, there's space. And so I have to fill that space with other instruments. Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, the reason why I add vocal clips is because there are moments when I'm like, this needs voice. Because the voice, it has a frequency, and I can tell that that frequency is missing. And so I go, okay, I need some talking here. But whereas I would just have singing. And I think also what you are saying is kind of true, because if you listen to the instrumentals of popular songs or any good song, there is more repetitiveness because they change up the words or they do like a different melody line instead. But if you think of vocals as an instrument, they are just doing the same thing as me, but the thing they're changing and making different is just their voice. So that makes sense. Like, they are still changing stuff to grab attention, but the thing they're doing is just like it's very common in pop music for like the second verse, the last line goes up at the end or like does something else. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but the exception is obviously not just K-pop, but like other people also do this. The reason why a lot of K-pop is really, really good is because they have a lot of variation in the composition, like the vocalist, but also each section of the actual the instrumental is also different. Like, for example, I don't know why it's cut off. Just ignore it, I guess. For example, like aespa, their instrumentals and vocals, like their instrumentals are good, just instrumental songs. So that's why they're on another level, kind of thing. How do you decide what order to put the songs in? For the last album, it was a story, so it made more sense. For this one, okay, wait. When I finish this song, I will circle back and I'll explain why for this album. I don't know why I'm thinking about all right now is tomorrow. I love that for you. They change the melody of the lyrics, you change the melody of your sounds. Yes, exactly. Because the voice is an instrument, I just don't play that instrument, so I put a different instrument in. That is the simplest way to put it. There we go. Hello, there was stream today? Yeah. I pinged the schedule. I'm kidding. Hi. Right. Anything else left in this chorus? Oh, wow. Okay, the outro. Let's talk about the outro. So, it wouldn't be a Smidge song without the high synth. Okay? The Hyacinths? Wait, Hyacinths by Smidge? It, it's just, I think it's what replaced, now that you got me talking about it, I keep thinking about it. I think it's what replaces what the vocalist background, you know how there's always crazy background vocals in the last chorus and outro of a song? This is my version of that. Like, it would have been, someone would be going crazy on the mic, but instead I have my high synths. The outro is just the piano carried over with a bass, a different drum, and the new synth. So yes, even the outro has a new melody. But anyway, but when you realize it's just that, it's like, wow, okay. So it's actually not, like, each section you think is going somewhere else, but it's actually the same place, just different. Wait. You see? Oh, and then that's different at the end there. And then that's it. Wow. Okay, I'll go through the track order now. I do have to keep an eye on the time. Okay. So, I feel like with this album it makes a little bit more sense, but I can go through it. So, we start off. I had to start with this song because it's my favorite. It's the best. It's the perfect title track, I think. Thank you for the follow. Bye. You know, it's this. So it makes sense that it goes into. These are like sisters, I think. Yeah? Wait, can you come stand here? They can't see, it's fine. Yeah?
Do they?
Yeah, I like it.
It's not like weird?
No.
Okay.
If you wanted, you could put like, you could make like a fake pen, or it's fine. Like a pen cap. Yeah, looks nice. Okay. I said hi. So it makes sense that it goes from entropy to BPM. Right? And then I feel like it makes sense a bit. I mean, I'll explain it anyway. And then that takes us to it. I don't know how else to actually explain this. Thank you for the prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is like Hopecore. This is a little bit slower, but still like clubby. And then we've got, yeah. And this was mainly because, oh my god, I just realized how good the canvases are. I don't remember really making them that much, so I'm glad they're sick. These two, the final notes sound similar. So I just put them together. Right? I don't know. And then this one is just silly. But I put these two together because right? So I'm not gonna lie, for some of okay, to answer your question, because the last album had a story, I knew the order of the songs before I made the songs. And then when I made the songs, maybe I moved things around just a little bit based on what they actually sounded like. And then this one, other than the songs that clearly go next to each other, like in the titles, I put together, I worked on what I knew first. I knew I wanted entropy and BPM to be first and second, and I knew that It's About Time would be last. So I knew, because it's obviously hard to figure out what order I want, you start with what you know. Because I knew that, I knew I had to get from entropy to It's About Time. Does that make sense? Like, it couldn't be jarring. It has to get there. And then to then figure out how I was gonna get there, I listened to all of the tracks, and then for some of them I made them going into each other. That's the only one I actually did that for was Stand Still for No One. That's the only one that did that, but whatever. And then what I did is I listened to all of them and then figured out, oh, those two kind of fit together. Okay, the answer to your question is just trial and error, to be honest, okay? Anyway, SPS4 is just so fun. I'm so glad that you think so, and I love that that's what it is, because maybe that means I'm having fun. Because I keep accidentally making music about how I feel, and if you think that this album sounds really fun and fresh and fun and cool, then maybe that's how I feel. It's cool to listen to the thought process. I'm so glad, because there's only one thing I know what to do, and that's talk about my thought process. There is no thought process, I talk it. Do you think that your albums can conform to a consistent vibe and appropriate usage, and do you think they should? Wait, what do you mean by that? as in the vibes of the songs in a singular album, not your whole discography. Um, if they do, I don't mean to. I don't set out with an intention of this is how it's going to sound like. But because I don't make music, like some people make music over a long period of time and then they put it together in an album. But because I think most musicians do it this way though. Because I make my albums in such a concentrated period of time, they end up, of course, they sound like they belong together because it, even if it's crazy how I won't have the intention to, but it, like, some of these songs could maybe have gone on the last one, but they would have stood out a bit. So I guess they do. I don't know how. Well, I guess I just said that I do know how because I make them in this period of time, and so obviously all songs made in this period of time sound like they were made together in this period of time. And obviously also I got gifted 2 sample packs for my birthday last year. So this album, there's a lot of things that carry from song to song because I was using the same sample pack for some parts. Um, yeah, and I think as I listen to more music and get inspired by more music, all of that, this is the product. So it kind of does all mesh. Yeah, yeah, you get it. Okay, BPM. We really can't do this for every song. Okay, I need to hurry up. What is your main thing you want in music to achieve? I want to get better. I want to be good. Okay, I'm already good. I just want to keep getting better and better. My goal is to always, like, the feeling I had during this album of, no, oh, is this my favorite? That is the goal. That I struggle to pick a favorite. Because on the other albums, I have songs I don't like. They're like, okay. That shouldn't happen. And it hasn't happened, because I've got better. So I've achieved my goal. Like, that's why I don't even necessarily, like, hate myself for songs I don't like, because it's where I've started. I like being able to see my progress. Your music, for example, makes me really creative. Okay, well, that's an awesome outcome. Is it just production value? What does better mean? Like, I personally think this song is better than that song. Like, I want to keep getting better and better. Does that make sense? Like, I want to keep making music that I like more and more and more and more. That's what I mean. Do you have any idea where you think you want to go next? Like, heavier, calmer, etc. If you want to, disclose, of course. I don't know where I'm going next. I don't have an idea, is the answer, I guess. I'm heavily, I think like most, oh, when I talk it lights up, that's cool. I think like most musicians, or artists in general, I'm heavily influenced by my environment and whatever's going on. So, I don't know. Like, if I start listening to a certain type of music, I'm gonna end up making that kind of music. Or like the smidge version, because it goes through a smidge filter. You know? Is that software you use part of that skill, or do you mean your own skill? I guess software is part of it, like learning more of the software. But that's but I don't think that's what I mean when I say, okay, my goal in music is to keep getting better. Better at what? Making music that just better music. What makes a song better than the other one? What metric am I getting better at? Just how much I like it. So I'm not even talking about technical skill really, or getting more proficient and learning a thing. Like, I just want to keep liking it more and more. This is very much giving, I like to play video games and draw. Would you produce for another artist? 100%. Oh, okay, this is my goal, what I've just said, but a dream of mine is to like produce with The Deep or something. But that's like a dream. I think I have a lot more to learn before that happens. Unless she like loves this stuff, then I guess I'm already there. It depends. Um, but do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How'd you do with music block? Yes, you were gonna. Yes. Um. I go and come back, or I take the pressure off, or I uh move locations. So if I struggle so bad with making something and I can't actually work on something else and come back to it because I have a deadline and I need to do it, I will work on my laptop instead. Even though my Mac is better because it's bigger and it has all most of my stuff, it's kind of like, even though producing on my laptop is worse, sometimes you have to go back to bashing sticks together. It's really not the same thing like that at all. But like sometimes, do you get what I'm saying? Like, so like if you have art block, sometimes you just need to sketch in your notepad instead of using Procreate. Although that's a bad metaphor because I'm still using Logic just on my Mac, but I don't have as many instruments on there. But sometimes taking that away, it's just because when it comes to music block or art block, it's actually 9 times out of 10 not got to do with anything else, and it's just like random variables that make you lock in again or make something click. You just kind of have to try something else. Like, for example, some of my favorite songs have been created after a music block. Sidebar, are they my favorites because they were made out of a music block? Don't know. But some of my favorite songs that were made out of an art block, music block, okay. Entropy. That one was made on my Mac though, to be fair. Um, Enough for Me. Laptop. Obsessed. Laptop. Hands. Laptop. And all of those for Obsessed, Hands, and Enough for Me were all made not only on my laptop, but not even at home. So there's something about changing the environment, meaning the device, but also physically not being at home. I made Enough for Me at Iris's setup in Brighton. I made Obsessed in the car on my way to a breakfast pub lunch, and Hands was made at an Airbnb for a wedding. Yes. Yes. Or go to a library and write in with your paper and pen. Or like you just gotta move. Sometimes you just gotta move around. Or like tricks your brain. Would you be willing to branch into different genres for the goal of producing for a person who falls under another genre, or if you want to, or do you just love your niche and want to stay in it? I feel like just like this might come across as pretentious, but just like my fashion sense or any other kind of art that I do, I don't know what the genre is. I have to put something on to like stuff. Um, but because I don't know what my niche is, I don't know to say if I would stay in it. But if we mean like smidge genre, then the smidge genre will evolve and yeah, I'll stay in it. Would I ever produce for someone else in a different genre? I'd be open. I'm open to pretty much anything if given the opportunity. The opportunity is not going to come up if I'm not proficient at it, though. Most likely, a random band could be like, do you want to see if you could do this? I'd be like, yeah, let's have a look and see. But realistically, that's not going to happen because I don't have a portfolio of different genres. Do you know what I'm saying? But in the hypothetical scenario that you're pitching, Would you be willing to branch into different genres to produce for a different person? Yeah. I mean, I would just. I love having a go. I love learning. Is the answer. In my opinion, you're a bedroom producer. One of my favorite type of artists. I thought bedroom producers were like bedroom pop from like 2017. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And it's like indie. But does bedroom producer literally just mean like limited equipment vibe? Don't know. The sort of house music or electronic on Logic or something. Oh! Okay. Pink Panther was Logic. Okay, yeah, true. Well, I guess she then still is, because she still uses Logic. I just don't use GarageBand, if that's what you mean. Okay, wait, there's lore in this song. Okay, so... crowded pub. So we're in space. Synths have come in now, doing the thing on the piano. Oh, we have that ping pong noise again. That I call the stateside crash. Stateside. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Right? It's a classic house thing. I've done it in another song in the last album, but I don't remember which one. So this one's a little bit syncopated again. We've got the classic house, right? And so the melody is filling in the gaps. Yeah? Remember that? Goes higher. And then the same thing, but on a lower octave on a different instrument. Oh, and this beat is different. It's not the house thing, but this one gives it, it's a UK garage type beat. So, UK house is, right? And then garage is, think Pink Pantheress. Thank you for the follow. This again is me putting a melody on the bass, and it did this weird like pitch shift winding thing, which was an accident, and then I leant into it and I was like, okay, no, if I stretch it, so usually we're going bow, wow, but then stretching the note over, it made it go wow, wow. Yeah. So this is another part where I added a new melody, and this is where I really started to be like, okay, this is the album where I kind of threw, okay, the last album I tried to make melodies because you have to, and so what I would do is I'd look at the key and look at what the notes are in the scale and make a melody that way. And they were good. Sure. But then this time, kind of building on that knowledge, I was like, okay, but what if I just didn't look at what's supposed to be in this key or what notes I'm supposed to use that I know mathematically sound good? And I just tried to hear what I think in my head would go next. I'm not a singer. and I've never been able to really hear melodies. Well, I could kind of guess, like when you sing along to a song, you can kind of guess where the melody is going, but like I couldn't invent them unless I had put in the notes that I know exist and then filled in the blanks from there. But this was the first time I was like, okay, no, where would it go? And I'd listen to the same part on loop and I'd try. And once I just got something in there, it then kind of started to come naturally. So this is one of those parts where instead of having a piece of melody that repeats, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just loop it, I had this, okay, Becca, pitch perfect, yeah. I just had this section and I let it go that whole time. I was about to ask, are you good with pitch? This is the thing, there are so many different versions of like pitch talent or whatever, and I think there's misconceptions about it. I am not pitch perfect. I'm not, what's his name, Sam Smith? What's the other one? There's a guy. There's someone, I can't remember his name. If you play a note on a piano, I can't tell you what it is. I can guess. I'm not gonna be that close. There's a man. That knowing what note someone is playing, that is being pitch perfect. I'm not. If you're playing a chord, or any note, I can hum it and match the pitch. I can match pitch, but I'm gonna go ahead and say like 80% of people can do that. You are able to sing along to a song and know what the note is if the song is playing. If during karaoke you don't know where the note is because there's no one singing the melody, that is fine. I can't do that either. I have to have someone singing the note for me to grab it. It's like, you know in Pitch Perfect where they go, and then you'll go, oh, right? That's, yeah. So like, I can match pitch. So when I'm coming up with melodies, there's a chord playing and I'm humming and I'm going, I usually start with like the note that's in the chord and then the melody just kind of like comes to me, but I can't sing, so I will be humming out of tune and I have to put it in to then know what sounds good. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like my brain and my actual ability to like sing and stuff, like I can't. So that's where there's a gap and it's really funny. My brain that knows what it wants. Like, there are so many times in the video diary where I'm going, I'm hearing a melody, but it can't come out because I can't sing, so I'm like, I don't know, yeah. Anyway, but I did it with this one, and it worked, so that's good. Would you ever do singing lessons? Fun smidge law. I actually did for years, and years and years and years. I actually even did grades. But I am one of those people where, that's why I don't remember any Japanese. Well, I know like some. If I stop practicing a skill, I lose it completely. So the most I can do is, like, I have like a karaoke voice. Like, I could sing at karaoke, but it's not good. Like, I'm not a singer, and I can't, like, hum what's in my head. And I'm not like tone deaf, but like I don't have a good singing tone, so that's why I say I'm not a singer. But like if I did lessons again, just like anyone else on the planet, I would probably get good enough eventually, but I don't want to do that. Okay, this part. Second chorus. I have no pitch and I must sing. Okay, this introduces a second melody.
I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
I know it's been a while.
But I saw you on TV.
I know I'm gonna regret this.
Okay, not to pause it again. This directly correlates to the ARG when Smidge is like leaving a drunk message. We'll go into this when we do the ARG stuff, the ARG cracking stream. But yeah. Do you know the part I'm talking about? There's a part in the ARG where Smidge is like drunk and leaving a message. Obviously, then it comes out of the ARG because the message is you guys finding me at TwitchCon. But it was this whole concept of, it started before the ARG when like that one time like me and a few other of you, I think it was Anne, were talking in the Lore channel like over a year ago or something, and coming up with bits that Smidge would do. And the bit is like, Smidge is like, it's like, Smidge is at the bar, and in the song it says TV, but in this world for some reason it's TV because I thought that's funny, like Talkbox. Smidge is watching, someone do a, some news thing, and it's their rival, and they're revealing something that they've invented, and Smidge is convinced that they invented it first, but they would probably drunk or not doing. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the bit that it's supposed to be. Anyway, yeah, that's the, yeah. I do need to wrap up. I will finish this at some point, but I'll answer your questions for now. Are you inspired by non-music media? Yes, I guess. I'm inspired by everything, I think. Maybe OC Smidge has, is it too loud? Maybe OC Smidge has normal Smidge as a character in that. Wait, that's cool. Sorry, I just peeked the mic. It's giving that woman who was convicted, convinced that. Yes. So you're calling OC Smidge delusional. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna end. I also need to eat. I don't know if you've been hearing my stomach rumbling, but I'm starving. So, okay. I'm gonna end. I'm not gonna raid anyone though, but I did warn you, and I will do this again. I will finish the rest of this at some point. It will happen. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Oh, sorry, that peaked the mic. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.